Everyone, how are we doing? I'm going to make a quick video for anyone who's having issues with their vehicle's key fob. So if you have a key fob that looks like this and it doesn't have to have all of these buttons. This particular key fob is for a Ford Flex. It also goes for multiple other Ford vehicles within a date range. So basically, this is my new housing. I'm going to take this apart and I'm going to show you what the problem was with my old key fob. That was the original, I believe. When I bought the car used, they only gave me one key fob. So for this particular one, I'm going to go to the back here and I'm going to pop out the key. All right, so I'm going to set this aside because we don't need that. But this one, we're going to open this up and I'm going to pop this in here and open this up. Sorry. Having a little bit of trouble popping it out. There we go. All right. So the anatomy of your key fob. So you always have this little back panel here that has your battery, right? So we don't need that. That didn't have anything to do with my initial issues. I know a lot of times when your key fob stops working, first thing you want to do is replace your battery. That wasn't the problem in this case. The problem was my car was locking and unlocking by itself. It wouldn't unlock, it wouldn't lock. It was doing all kinds of weird stuff. The lights were flashing, it was beeping, and it actually allowed me to lock my keys in the car because it kept saying on the dash, no key detected, and therefore it wouldn't start sometimes until I locked or used the key fob and messed around with it. And then sometimes it was just a lot of like those kinds of issues. If you have any questions, let me know and I'm happy to answer them. Okay, so the other part of your key fob is going to be your motherboard, so to speak. I don't know what the technical term for this is, but we'll call it the motherboard because that's essentially where all your electronic stuff is. So on the back of here, you'll notice one of these little sensors for every one of those button points, right, on your key fob. Again, this wasn't the issue. The issue was this part. So inside you have these little buttons, okay? When I opened up my old fob, the two most used buttons, which are your lock and unlock, these two here, they weren't where they were supposed to be. There's just some sort of adhesive here holding these in here. And one of them was like underneath this little plate here, this little plastic plate. One of them was underneath that. It was just kind of roaming around, which I believe was the root cause of all of my issues with all the craziness that was going on. Like I would have these keys in my pocket or my purse, and as soon as I touched it, it would do something. So these were creating all the problems, were these two buttons here that were just kind of randomly in there. Which is why when you push the button, it's not connecting with the motherboard where I showed you those sensors are, right? Those spots where these buttons hit. So my temporary fix was I super glued these two into place and it worked okay. Outside of the fact that I got some super glue on the top of here, which is why I bought the new housing. Not that I hadn't planned on it, but I bought the new housing off of Amazon. This whole entire, so you get everything except for the motherboard, right? This doesn't come with your purchase on Amazon, only all of this, right? Only these pieces. So you can buy all this. Mine only cost 10 bucks. So my initial fix for the temporary was super glue these. So because I'm not home, I had to go buy super glue. It was like $1.25. That worked temporarily. But I knew that I needed to replace the housing and have this new because it still was kind of acting up a little bit. So got this yesterday, put it all together, which what I'm going to do right now. So you can see those buttons are going to connect with those. So So you're going to put that on back in there. It just sits right in there. And then we're going to take the back and we're going to snap it back on. And just replacing that housing fixed all of my problems. I have not had it tell me one single time since I replaced it that there was no key detected. Every single time I've walked up to my car, I have the little touch button where it unlocks it if my key fob's present. Not one single time is it not locked or unlocked when I've asked it to, and both buttons work perfectly. No glitches, nothing. So $10, well, $1.25 for a quick fix, $10 for a permanent fix. Totally solved my problem. $1,800 and some is what they wanted at the dealership to look at my car because it appeared that I was having electrical issues. So it was like 18 and some change, not $18, but $1,800. Key fob replacement at the dealership would probably been over $500. I know when this first started, Costco, the little thing that they have that comes in the parking lot, they wanted $269 to replace it plus tax, so it would have been over $300. You can buy aftermarket fobs for around $100, but then you're going to have to pay a automotive locksmith to reprogram it because the dealerships typically won't program those. And some of them, depending on your make and model and year, you can find a video that will give you instructions to program it. My particular one, that wasn't an option. I would have had to have found a automotive locksmith to reprogram it. So if your motherboard is working and it's just your fob and those buttons or something else, this is a quick fix. So I just thought I would share that with everybody to save you some money in case you think you're having electrical issues, you think you're having fob issues. Cheap fix, $10. I mean, you really can't beat it. It took me like 3 minutes to take it apart and put it back together. So just wanted to share that with everybody. I hope this helps someone.